special it is now to be voted into the All-Star game by fans.
Yeah, it's been, I guess, a crazy 12 months when you put it that way. The trade was a little surprising, and then, I got lucky. I traded, one of the best franchises in baseball, and get a chance to compete for championships last year and this year. So, it's been a lot of fun. I think the guys are really good here. The team's been really great to me. So, I'm just trying to enjoy it and see if we can get another World Series, under our belts this year.
Your career has been on such an upward trajectory, and now here you are starting in your first All-Star game. What does this moment mean to you?
Yeah, it's big. I think it's big for my family. I think I enjoy just playing the game in general, but awards and stuff like that and accolades, I think are more for my family because they get really excited about them. So to have the fans vote me in, I think means a lot. And I'm gonna try and enjoy it and do the best I can, make everybody proud, and soak it all in.
What about playing here in front of your home fans?
Yeah, that's huge. I think. Last year was special. I talked about last year was my first All-Star game. It was really special, but I think this year is going to be, even that much cooler being in front of, our home fans. I can't wait to see, Kershaw, Mookie, those other guys out there too, Freddie, and see how they, embrace us and whatnot, and hopefully play well for them.
Last one from me. I got to ask you about Clayton and getting the nod to start this game. How special is
good.
It? It was just announced here a few moments ago.
Awesome. I was kind of hoping him or Tony would. I think they're both deserving, especially at home. I think Clayton's done so much for the city, so much for this organization, and he's pitching really well too. I think people are kind of forgetting that. He's got really good numbers. I know he got hurt a little bit in the beginning of the year, but he's been pitching really, really well for us. So I think he's deserving to start this game for many reasons, and I'm excited for him.
Trea, who are you most excited to see? Because a lot of you players get a chance to see players you normally don't see. Who are you excited to see?
Everybody really, but I think former teammates are pretty cool. Each year that you get a little older, you play with more and more guys, and to see Schwarber over here, I got a chance to play with him last year. See him, see Juan, see a lot of those old teammates. I think it's always fun.
Which one of your teammates would be the best at Point Derby since you guys didn't get into this?
I was hoping Will Smith would do it. I mean, he's got a lot of juice. Hits good BP too, so I was hoping he would do it, but I think him or Muncy would be my picks.
Having a little fun here with Valley. Shift or no shift?
I'm a right-handed hitter, so I don't care.
You don't care?
No.
All right, second question. If you could be commissioner for a day, what would you change?
Oh, man. They ask me this every year.
And we're back.
10-run rule.
10-run rule.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, if you're up by 10 after a certain amount of innings,
Bring it back to the Little League.
game's over.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bud.
Hey, Trea. My name is Bryce Miller. I'm the sports columnist in San Diego.
Yep.
Don't know if this got back to you, but I was asking AJ Preller a bunch of stuff about his 8 years in San Diego, and I asked him if he could get one thing back, if he could have one more try at anything. He said, your name came up first, Trea Turner. First of all, he's never said that publicly yet. I assume you know they regret that situation to a degree, but what's your thought hearing him say this?
I mean, hindsight's 2020, obviously. Hindsight's 2020. I mean, you could always go back and change things now, but at the time you didn't know. And I always say, yeah, sure, maybe they would have rather had me, but by trading me, they ended up with Tatis. Maybe he doesn't come there. Maybe he's still with the White Sox organization. So I think everything works out for a reason, and they got some good talent over there. They're a good organization. They've been winning. So I mean, yeah, it's nice to hear, but I think it is what it is, and I think it's worked out for the best for everybody.
Just through some of our reporting, the Padres also tried to reach out to Scherzer as a package.
Is this a plug?
So they keep coming back to the table to try to find a way. You answered this to a degree, but what does it mean in both those situations? Like you said it, because they're trying to deal going back.
Yeah, it just means that I think kind of prove myself right. I've always believed in myself, but early in my career, I know what kind of player I was and now what kind of player I am, and I had to do a lot of developing of all sorts, whether it's defense or offense. So I feel like I've grown a lot, and I think that just kind of speaks to the work I put in and kind of the success I've had individually. But like I said, at the time, you don't know if it's going to happen or not. But I think it's a little bit rewarding that people come back, because that means I'm doing something right.
Two more quick ones. when fans down there talk about the two Messies, it's always Anthony Rizzo and you. What do you think about that company in terms of even the fan base respective of what you've become, even though it's a rivalry?
Yeah.
Or, you know, same division.
Same thing. I mean, I think when people respect you, people keep coming back, or even really when they boo you, you're kind of doing something right for the most part, because either you're playing well against them, or they wish you were playing for their organization. It could be a number of things, but I think those things are positive from my perspective, and just got to keep my head down, keep going, keep working, keep trying to grow, as I said, and hopefully at the end of the career, a lot of people can respect how I played and what I did.
And the last one, I appreciate it. What do you remember about your early days there? Anything that stood out?
I remember going to the stadium right after I got drafted, and it was a beautiful stadium. Loved being there. I remember being treated pretty well. Even after I got traded, I remember the AA staff I had, Morgan Burkhardt, and those guys worked with me and helped me as much as anybody. So I just remember being treated really well. I remember not feeling like I was on the outside, even though I knew I was getting traded in a couple months. So I appreciated that, and I think they know that. I've said that many a times, but that's something I'll never forget.
Thanks,
Trea, I know you don't care about recognition and all that, but do you feel like playing with the Dodgers on this stage has kind of opened up a lot of people's eyes to how good you are?
I don't know if it's about how good I am, but I think people notice what I do now. For instance, I know we've talked about 1,000 times with the slide. It's something I've done my entire life, but ever since I got traded over here, it seems to just be talked about nonstop. So things like that, yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely a different market.
Are you saying the fans voted for you because of the slide? Maybe the gift got you the All-Star start?
I don't know what got me what, but hopefully I played well enough during this. So I'm thankful for them for voting, because I think it says a lot, and our fan base got behind us, and I'm glad there's a lot of Dodgers here, because our fans deserve that.
Freddie said Snicker called him a couple of days ago to try to get in touch with Clayton, that he was going to start the game. What does that say? You've been there with Scherzer, and now you're here with Clayton. What are the similarities of those two guys, and to have your own pitcher starting in the stadium?
I think those are two of the best pitchers of the last 10, 12 years, and Clayton's been doing it for a long time. And I just heard that he's starting like 5 minutes ago, and I'm glad. I think he's deserving, and for a number of reasons. I mean, he means so much to the city and the organization, but I mean, he's pitching really well. I think people are acting like this is like a gift to him almost, and I don't look at it that way. I think he's pitched really, really well for us, and he really deserves this. I know there's a lot of deserving guys, but he's a special person, a special human being, and I'm glad he's getting this chance.
Someone was really tight with Juan. When you see that, news come out the weekend, what's your reaction?
I text him, saying, what the heck's going on over there? But I always said in the past too, people have to make their own decisions and do what's best for them and family, whatever it may be, and you don't know what those reasons are. Your reasons are different than the next person. So for me, it's always, is that person happy? Do they feel like they're doing the right thing for people around them? So if that's the case, then I got their backs in any way I can. And I said that I feel like about Bryce and Tony and all those guys and the people that left when I was over there is they got to do what's best for them, and hopefully they're happy, and if they are, then good.
You said multiple times you remember good friend. Why did he become such a good friend? What's it about Juan?
I don't know, man. I think from the start, he's a good person, a nice person, but he works really hard. He's always wanting to learn, no matter, he's probably one of the best hitters in the game already, but he's always trying to learn. And then, last year he started talking to me about business, started asking me questions about like off the field stuff, and it's just it's fun to have conversations with him, fun to be around. He's really enjoyable. So, I mean, you can point to a lot of things, but I don't know, we just kind of clicked, and we're good friends.
So, as someone who saw him from the beginning, the debut, the home run, all that stuff, how would you describe him as a baseball player?
I think he's the ultimate competitor while being nice about it for the most part. I know he gets in tiffs with people, or people don't like him from the other side, but he's just competing, and he loves competing, loves being in the box, doing his little dance moves and whatnot, and I think he's great for the game, and I think just enjoying what he brings to the game, and what he does on the field, I think is really special.
Last one for me, seeing the Nationals go through with Bryce, now maybe Juan, how would you describe it for watching that sort of kind of change so quickly, so fast?
Yeah, I think I guess it sucks. I think it's a lot of good players on one team and one organization, and I think reasons, whatever they are. But Max, at least won a World Series. I think that's important. Never forget that. So the World Series is important, but yeah, it stinks. You want those guys to play for one organization for a long time, and those franchise players, and it doesn't always happen. So when those players leave, it's unfortunate, but that's kind of the nature of the business, and it reminds you that it is a business, and you got to do what's best for you. But yeah, that's why I like guys like Clayton, and obviously it's worked out perfect. It's a one circumstance, but I like people that play for the organization for a long time. I think that says a lot about both people, the person and the organization.
Trey, could you see yourself in a Dodger uniform for a while?
Sorry.
Could you see yourself in this uniform for a while if
Yeah,
the business
of course.
side lined up?
Yeah, of course. I think there's a million questions and answers to be had later down the road, but it's a great organization. I love being here. The people are great. The fans are great to me. Coaching staff, front office, they've been everything I've asked for. So I love being here, and if it happens, it happens. We'll see. But I think that's a lot longer down the road with a lot more questions. But yeah, I think it could be possible.
Not only one starter on the field, but Davey Martinez. How are you going to feel to bring
Oh yeah,
the band back together?
I forgot about Davey. Yeah, no, I'm glad he's here because after 19, he didn't really get a chance to be the manager. So I'm glad he's here. I think he's deserving of that. And I talked to him a little bit in DC when we went there and caught up with him a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited to see him and Juan and Schwartz back. So it's good seeing him.
What do you think about one in the home derby? I think that's going to be tonight.
Good. I mean, he was good last year. Took down Otani, I believe, last year. So that's not an easy task. And now he's got a little experience under his belt, and he knows what to expect. And it's a good ballpark to hit homers. So I think today's gonna be fun.
How do you think about of course your career? Is there one adjustment that sort of brought you to this moment? I think a little bit of how you added after you.
Yeah, so after my finger, I'd use my legs a lot more, and Kate Long had been yelling at me for probably months or a year to use my legs more, and I didn't really know what that meant. And then once I hurt my finger, I had to actually really do it. So I think the finger was unfortunate, and I don't wish it upon anybody. I don't wish upon it happen, but I think it worked out well for me. I think it actually helped me become a better hitter. So yeah, I think just using my legs more and being able to back the ball up and drive the ball like you're saying.
The slide, so pretty slide. Is that like a practical thing? Is that a fun thing? Is that you just look good doing it because you slide a lot?
I don't know. I talked about it as how I slide. I don't know. A lot of times the fields are hard, and you get raspberries and cuts and scrapes and whatnot. So my main goal sliding is to not get hurt, not have to deal with those things. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but
It's not to look good?
no, I don't care. I don't care how I look. As long as I'm safe, I don't care how I look. Yeah, it's big, especially at home. I think it's not an easy thing to do. Anybody can have, a bad first half or a bad month, and you can miss it. And really good players aren't here that maybe should be, and that's why I play a long season. But I think to be here is very special, very enjoyable, and I know I don't take it for granted. And I think a lot of these guys don't take it for granted. So try to enjoy it, soak it all in, and play in front of our home fans. I don't know. I think my family's here. I'm excited for probably just everything in general. I think, like I said, being here is special. So seeing the guys, seeing old teammates, sharing this experience with my current teammates, and playing in front of the fans, I think just a little bit of everything.
Can you talk about how special it is to have so many of your Dodger teammates on this squad?
I think it's important. I think there's a lot of them, and there probably should be a few more. But that's what the Dodgers have done, is they put a good roster together. They put quality pitchers and position players together, and give them all the information they need to be successful. So it's not surprising to me that a lot of Dodgers are here, and I think it's important for baseball and fans to see them, appreciate them, because there's some really good players. One to my left, obviously, and they're very deserving.
Clayton leading the way.
Yes, I just talked about it a little bit ago. I'm proud of him. I'm excited for him. A lot of things for him because he deserves it. He was pitching really well for us. He's done so much for the city and this organization, so he deserves it just as much as anybody. Just competitor, and he's having fun while he's doing it. I think he's got his own style, his own brand of it, or how he does it, and it's unique. You can't recreate that if you're somebody else. So it's interesting, I guess, is another way to put it. But he's really, really good, and everyone acts like he had a slow start to the season, but the numbers are still so good, and I think that's who he is. He's just really consistent. I think I talked to him a little bit. Every time I see one of these articles come out, I text him, see what's going on, and it's not easy. I mean, everyone thinks, just take the money because it's so much money, which it is. But money isn't everything always, and he's going to be just fine on money no matter what decision he makes. So it's not necessarily about the money. It's being happy and doing what's best for him and his family, and I don't know what that is. And I'd love to see him play his whole career in Washington because he's a franchise player, and I don't think guys like him should be let go or leave. They should kind of do whatever they can to keep him, in my opinion. But I don't know what his reasons are totally, but I think he's going to ultimately pick what's best for him, his family, and what makes him most happy. That's the business. That's the part of baseball. It's not unavoidable because maybe you can avoid it a little bit, but it happens. Sometimes you have bad years. Sometimes you need to do what's best for the organization. It's not an easy move. So that's their decision to do what they're doing over there, and that's their vision, I guess. So I think it's not an easy answer no matter what way you look at it, but you always want teams competing and good organizations competing, and I mean they're in a big market, good organization, and we proved for 8-10 years that you can compete. So hopefully they get back to it real quick. Yeah. I always appreciate guys, and he'll probably hate me for this, but when they get older, they still kind of reinvent themselves and still can be consistent. And, I watched Max do it. Max did it in D.C., and I feel like he got hated on for that contract early on, and he turned out to be one of the best pitchers, and he still is. So just to see Clayton, kind of come back from the injury and kind of keep going and reinvent himself a little bit. Still similar to what he did in the past, but just competing out there, I think I have a lot of respect for that, and just the longevity of it. Yeah. No, he's got 3 really good pitches. He's got the invisible, I say. Guys just don't see it well. I didn't see it well facing him. So, I can see why he gets people out easily. And he doesn't need the velocity. Obviously, the velocity helps, but he doesn't need the velocity to get people out. So, I'm not surprised at all. Like I said, the health is always the thing with anybody, not just him. It's everybody. You got to be healthy, and he seems to be very healthy right now. He's pitching really, really well, and I'm happy for him. Yeah, it's a joke because of the oppo power. I think everyone can pull homers and hit homers, but I remember in spring training he would swing and hit line drives, and they would go out the other way, and it's just like you don't see that every day, and that's kind of always stuck out with me as the oppo power.
What do you think? Is it the best?
One of. I mean, he's got to be top 3. He refuses to swing at balls. I tell him, I'm like, you got to swing the bat all the time. Why would I swing the bat? It's a ball. It's a ball. But I think he doesn't see how good of a hitter he is sometimes, and even if he swings at a ball, he'll probably still get a hit or drive it and do some damage. So, but that's the beauty of him, is he knows exactly what he wants to do and he executes, and he has a really good idea at the plate. So that's why he's successful. That's why he's consistent, and that's why you see the numbers you see.
In relative unique situation, you probably know what it feels like to see him as a teammate go up in a big at bat, be in the field when he's up in a big at bat against you. How different is that?
Yeah, it's not fun, but I know he'll take the walk, so sometimes I'd rather him just take the walk and not swing the bat and hit the homer, so I'm glad I don't have to face him as a pitcher, because I don't know what we do. I think early in the year when we played him, we looked at some of his numbers, and me and Barnes were talking about what you do to him and where his weaknesses are, and there's not really any, so it's fun to watch if you're on his team, and it's not fun to watch if you're on the other side. Say that again?
Are you surprised to hear he's available for trades?
I don't believe anything till it happens, so we'll see.
Trea, you've been on the other side. What's the explanation? Why year after year?
I got no idea if there was an answer, or if there's a public answer. I think a lot of people would do it. They're so good at finding guys that have good pitches and just giving them a better game plan, or creating a pitch for them that gives them another weapon. I mean, you see it time and time again, where they take somebody, from another organization that is DFA'd or they don't want, and they just turn them into really quality pitchers. So I don't know what it is, but they're really good at it, and it's been a while now. It's not just a one-time thing. It's each and every year, and it's multiple guys.
What are those first three guys on the roster?
They're up against one of the best sliders, one of the best curveballs probably to ever, play this game. Is he's got those electric pitches, but you're up against a good competitor and a guy who's seen a lot of baseball, so they're in for it. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to facing him. I watched him on TV. It looks like a video game. He's got electric stuff. His off-speed pitches move so much. So I don't know if he's pitching tomorrow, but if he is, hopefully I just put the ball in play and not strike out. But he's special, and I'm looking forward to facing him eventually down the road.
When you and Mookie were volunteers, people don't know the type of person. What is it about him as a person that sort of surprised you, stood out to you?
He's just really nice. Says hi to everybody. Conversations with everybody, and it sounds simple, but it's not easy when you're at the stadium. You got so much going on. You're playing. You're trying to get your routine in and whatnot, and you can easily just walk by people or just say hi and move on. But he seems to just be so personable, and people around the league, just fans, everything in general, and he seems to always be so nice, and it's not like a fake thing. It's just who he is. So it's something that really stuck out to me.
What's it like on a day-to-day with teammates and sort of setting the expectations?
Yeah, he has high expectations for himself, and he wants to win. I don't know if anybody works harder than him in the cage, and he's an all-star and really good, and he's always in there trying to get better, looking for something that can make him more consistent or fix something that he feels like is a little off. And we joke around all the time, me, Freddie, and some of the other guys, like, you look fine. You look really good, and he's just a kind of a perfectionist. So just that never-ending drive to try to be better, I think, is pretty cool.
Trey, 2 questions for you. If you could choose a Disney song as your walk-up song, what would it be? We talked a little bit.
I'm gonna just go Frozen Elsa because that's the only thing that came to mind, but I don't know.
Last one. If you had to be stuck in an elevator for a whole day with someone on your team, who would you not want to be alive?
Gavin Lux. Because he's my son, and I wouldn't want to hang out with my son too much. No, not surprised, but I think it speaks to the depth and how good the organization is at finding depth and rotating guys and resting guys and making sure that they take their time to get healthy, so when they come back, it's not a recurring thing. So I'm not surprised, but it's not an easy thing to do, I guess. Yeah, I think with everything, it's not just that, but it's easy to overlook things in a long season, whether it's an individual or a team thing. Early on, everyone was kind of talking bad about our offense, but then you go look at the numbers and it's top 3 in baseball at everything. So it's just because we weren't winning games. So you can focus on whatever you want and point fingers at things here or there, but I think over the course of a long season, those things work itself out.
Very close. Obviously, of course, how do you feel like he's handling? How quick does he handle that?
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, but he's a professional. I think he's been a professional every step of the way from when he was 19 and called up. So I think every year he learns that it's a business and gets a little harder. And I think he started to learn that last year a little bit when everyone got traded and whatnot. But I expect him to be a professional and handle his business and be a good person about it, and I think that's what you're going to get from him. So not an easy situation. I don't know how it unfolds or what happens and whatnot, but he'll handle it just fine, and he'll be a good guy about it. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know if it doesn't happen very often. I'm sure. I'm sure it's pretty rare for the most part, but to have 6-7 Dodgers here this year, I think is really important for our fans and for us. I think it's really cool. It's really deserving, I think, from players and the fans getting behind us and voting us in. I think that's pretty cool as well. So hopefully we represent them, play well, and try to get a win and give them something to cheer about. No, not Lego, but Adidas sent some really, really cool cleats over. They made an Ultra Boost cleat finally, which I think a lot of people were kind of wanting for a long, long time. So they made an Ultra Boost cleat, and then it's a Dodger Stadium theme, so it's really cool colorway. So I'm excited about them. I can't wait to wear them.
You're going to be on the left side of the infield with Manny Machado. Talk about how you're excited about that, if at all, and as a player.
Yeah, he's good, man. I played against him in Baltimore, played against him a lot now in San Diego. He's special talent. I hate hitting ground balls to third, so I'm glad I'm playing next to him. Because when I hit the ball to third, I just don't even want to run. I know I'm out. So he's a good player. He's having a great year. He's leading those guys, and they're playing well too. So I'm happy he's here, and it's gonna be fun.
A few other Padres here with him. How fun has that made? Like the seasons they're having, how fun has it made the matchups you have?
Yeah, it's electric. When I traded over last year, some of the craziest games I played were at Padres Stadium. So I know it's always crazy here at Dodger Stadium when they're here, and it's fun. It's electric. There's a lot of good players on both sides, and it's starting to become a good rivalry. Hopefully we can win a few of them down the stretch against those guys and keep them off. But they're a good ball club, so we'll see.
Trey, what were your first thoughts when you found out that you were an All-Star?
Excited. I'm excited for my family. I think I always say that the awards are kind of for them and for my mom and dad, and so it's good because I'm playing well. So that's a good thing, I guess. But yeah, no, it's hard to do, and it's something that you shouldn't take for granted. So I'm excited to be here.
What's it like knowing you're playing with so many of your teammates?
Yeah. It's huge. I think more should be here personally, and I'm glad Freddie got added because should have been here a while ago. But that's the hard thing is there's so many deserving players. There's so many guys around the league that are playing well. So, unfortunately some guys are left out, but I'm glad a lot of us are here and get to share this experience together.
How special is it playing at your home stadium?
Yeah, it's big. I think it's important for baseball and the game, and hopefully the stadium's really loud for us tomorrow and maybe today a little bit, but I wish somebody was in the home run derby, but it is what it is, so hopefully next few days is a lot of fun for us.
Who are you most looking forward to seeing play tonight in the home run derby?
Everybody. I feel like it's a really good field this year. I feel like they did a really good job getting guys to come out. I'm excited for Albert. I'm excited for Schwarb, Juan, Corey Seager. There's a lot of good hitters out there. So I'm excited for it. I think this year's going to be really, really good. Not yet. I haven't talked to him, but he's so humble. He's so team-oriented, and I think that's really important for superstar franchise player like him. I think that says a lot about him. So I know he doesn't take it for granted. I know he's really excited about it, but he kind of hides it a little bit, and I'm happy for him, and I think he's very deserving of it. Yep. Yeah, it's big. I think they deserve it. I think Julio deserves it. I think a lot of guys from our pitching staff should be here because they've thrown the ball really, really well. Tony and Tyler have been huge for us, especially with a lot of injuries early on. And I don't even think if they knew they were going to be in the starting rotation at the beginning of the year, and they've stepped up and pitched so well, night in, night out, and they really saved us, honestly. And I think it's good that they're both here, and hopefully they both can get in the game and throw an inning or two. He's goofy. He's really funny. I remember get traded over here, and I walked in the locker room, and he was singing, and it's things you don't see every day. But I don't think he's hiding it. I just think you don't really notice it because he's competing so much, and he's a lot like Scherzer in the sense that they have those two personalities where when they're not pitching, they're just a normal, nice, funny guy, and then when they're pitching, they're just ultimate competitors. So he's got a little bit of that in him. Yeah, I think just the funky delivery paired with good pitches, and you don't see the ball so well, and he's really, really good at commanding the ball too. So he does exactly what he wants for the most part. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and now in the last few starts, it seems like he puts the ball exactly where he wants to. So that's something that I think he's always had, and it's probably why he's so consistent. Yeah, I think the expectations are sky high, but as they should be, and I think we all know that, and we embrace that. We have a high standard over here. I learned that real quick, and then I think we know that we're a difficult team to face from all aspects and many reasons. Some nights we may not feel that way because we're struggling, but I think for the most part, I think we know that we can beat anybody on any given night, and we just got to go out there and have confidence in ourselves, believe in it, and play good baseball, and make plays for pitchers and whatnot. So I don't know. I think the talent's there. I think the mental aspect's there, and I think that's why we played good, is because we know we're good, and but we expect a lot out of ourselves. Yeah, it's big. We struggled a little bit there. I mean, we're still playing good, still winning division, but we struggled a little bit. And to, have a really good 2-week stretch to go into the All-Star break before the break, I think was huge, and give us a little gap in the division. But there's a lot of baseball left, and we know those teams, Padres and Giants, and really our whole division's really good. So we got to keep going, and it's not over. And like I said, I think the mental part of it, I think we have a good grasp on, and we know there's going to be hiccups along the way, but we're good at kind of pointing out what we need to do and correcting things. No, I think that looking from the outside, looking in, that. I mean, I talk about the high payroll, but that's what you get when you spend money. You expect to win, and you expect to compete for championships, not just win the division. So, I know the history. They've been in the World Series so many times before I got here. So, when you go that many times, that starts to become the standard. And I don't think there's one specific thing, but I think coming here, I knew it was going to be that way, and it is. Yeah, it's really cool. I think it's important to have those guys here because we grew up watching them. They've played so many games and done so much for the sport, and I think it's really important to have them towards the end of their careers show up to things like this. And we just played Albert. He hit a homer against us. He's still going. He's still playing good baseball, and he's in the home run derby tonight. So I'm excited for that as well. I'm rooting for him for that. So. I'm excited. I don't know how they feel, but I grew up watching Miguel Cabrera a lot, playing for the Marlins, and he's one of the best hitters of all time. Same thing with Albert, and it's cool having those guys here. Yep. Oh no. Yo soy Trey Turner y este es el juego de estrellas. Yo soy Trey Turner y este es el juego de estrellas.
Trey, very random.
Yeah, what's up?
I've asked you, I feel like some guys
Glove?
6 years,
Yeah.
change every year. I don't know if you have like a special relationship with it and they don't want to outlive it.
So this year is the first year it started looking old. I think it's like 4 or 5 years old. It's actually not that bad, but yeah, it's starting to look a little worse. I think it's the West Coast just because it's a little drier out here. Because on the East Coast, you got that humidity. It kind of keeps the moisture in the glove. So I've had to take care of the glove a little bit more this year, and there's starting to be a little bit of holes in there. So I'm trying to find Band-Aids for it and whatnot. But yeah, I'm trying to keep it alive as long as I can. And I want to say 4 or 5 years old, but I don't actually know.
You don't want to give it up.
I don't want to give it up because I like it. I don't know.
And do you have like a special like give games?
No, I'm not crazy like that. But I remember last year, Jordy Mercer, I played with him for the first time, and he had a 10-year-old glove, and it was pretty gross. So I'm gonna have to get a new glove before then. I didn't really like how his felt, but I'm trying to keep mine alive.
It's how you make a living. I know some people like put it in a case and go throw it on the ground.
Yeah, no, I take care of it. I put it in a case and whatnot, but I'm not like crazy about it. I try to make sure it's not smashed, and then I put like leather product on it every once in a while just to keep it going. But yeah, I'm not super crazy like some of these other guys.
What is it?
The leather product, it's
The glove.
Rawlings, just post webs, a normal glove.
Aside from the dry versus humidity, East Coast, West Coast, how are you adjusting it up to? How do you, I know you're from the
Yep.
area,
Yep.
Florida, and the Nats, it's been kind of, how are you adjusting it? It's, you know, obviously you've got free agents pretty good, so I think a lot of teams looking for you. You know, what do you have thoughts on that? The perception is you're going to want to go back against that.
Yeah, so I think with the trade, I just, I didn't necessarily want to commit long term to an extension where, I'd never been in a place. With Washington, I talked about it many a times that, I was open to extension ideas and whatnot because I felt so comfortable there. And then, early on when I got traded over here, I just felt like, I needed more information. But, this year's been so much better than last year. I think just trade in general, I think is tough on guys. I don't think people realize how much they have to do and move out and move across the country or move cities and find rentals and whatnot. It's just a lot going on for families. So just a whirlwind last year, but this year feels so much better. And yeah, I think, looking at free agency, this is a great place to play. It's first-class franchise. They take care of us so well. They want to compete year in, year out, and front office has been great to me. The players are awesome here and play good baseball. So it's definitely a good spot to be, and definitely a place I think I could see myself long-term. But there's a lot more questions to be had and answers and whatnot, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it's hard to go against Pete Alonso. I hope somebody takes him down. It's hard to go against him. He's built for this game or this contest, I guess. But I'd like to see Schwartz go out there and Juan. I think they have a chance to take him down. But like I said, I think the field's really good this year. I think there's gonna be some upsets that people don't see coming.
They talked about the player. They also talked about the teammate.
Yeah.
You were around him for a couple months, and just a little bit of time. But what was it like?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's hilarious. He's a lot of fun. He wants to win, and he's fun to be around. So when you have a guy that wants to win and fun to be around each and every day, it makes it a little bit easier. It's such a long season, showing up every day, and you're going to go through a week where you don't play well either individually or as a team, but having guys like him on the team to make it a little bit more fun and to make jokes and kind of pass that time, I think is important, and he's one of those guys.
What makes him so much fun, or how does he help guys?
Talk to him. You'll find out real quick. He just jokes around. He's in the middle of everything. He's friends with everybody, and he kind of brings everybody together. So it's just who he is as a person.
One on one for you. You played with Bryce for a while. Obviously, he'd be here if not for the injury, but he hasn't been here to an All-Star game since 2018. Is that kind of crazy to think about?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. 2020 is a little different, obviously, but yeah, that's kind of crazy because last year he won the MVP and he wasn't an All-Star. Wow, that's wild. That's probably one of my favorite stats, though. I love that. And then, this year, he would be here if it wasn't for the injury, obviously. But I mean, can't control everything. Things happen. I think he's been great for Philly. He's played really, really well, and he's leading them in the right direction. So, yeah, the All-Star game is great, but I think more importantly, he's just playing good baseball for that city, and it's good for him and his family, and I'm happy for him. What's up?
All-Star games now. What is your first memory growing up of watching All-Star?
That's a good question. I remember the Torrey Hunter robbing Barry Bonds in Milwaukee, and for whatever reason, it wasn't that long ago, but I remember Derek Jeter, his last All-Star game. He had a double or triple off Adam Wainwright, I believe. So those are the two first things that come to mind. But yeah, just grew up watching all of them really, and it's cool being here.
All-Star games in LA for the first time in 42 years. If you could run into one celebrity on the street and talk to them,
I don't know. Maybe The Weeknd, maybe an artist. Jason Bateman comes to a lot of games. I haven't got a chance to meet him, but I like maybe meet Jason Bateman too. Yeah, thank you.
Trey, what is the Dodger Stadium experience that you hope fans who are coming for the All-Star game gonna embrace?
I don't know, maybe just the weather. It's so nice here every day. It's crazy. The weather's perfect, and at night it gets a little chilly, which is nice. Put on a jacket, and it's just a good place to watch a baseball game and enjoy it. But yeah, I haven't been around the stadium a lot. I know out here is new and renovated, so I would say maybe come to the outfield and center field and hang out. But yeah, just enjoy it all and enjoy the weather.
Batting title, cycle, you have a postseason hit. What would it be to add an All-Star hit to that?
Yeah, last year I got a couple of bats and I went 0 for, but yeah, I would like to add one. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm just happy to be here and be a part of this experience, and we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of good pitchers out there, so you never know.
So many Dodgers representing. What did it mean for you as a teammate to see Clayton Kershaw get that honor as the starter of the national team?
Yeah, it's important. I think he deserves it. I know Sandy and Tony and a lot of guys are pitching really, really well. But I think he deserves it just as much as anybody because of what he's done for the city and the organization, and he's pitching really well. I mean, I think people kind of forget that. So I think I'm happy for him. I know he's happy and he's excited and he's looking forward to it.
You're adding a SoCal flair to your red carpet outfit.
So. Hopefully I just look good. I don't know about flair, but hopefully I look all right. I know I'm going to be sweating, it's going to be hot, but I'm excited for my wife and my kid to be with me too, because last year my son was like 6 months and he wasn't moving around as much, so I'm excited to have him, and we'll be hopefully looking good tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I think, no, definitely this year's felt so much better for me and my family, just because last year was so crazy. Nothing bad last year, it was just a different, scenery, so we had to get used to it. Now we feel good driving the stadium and going home and feeling like this is home, and we're excited for this All-Star game. We're excited for the second half of the season. It's playing good baseball, so it's a great city to be in and play in, and this organization has been really good, so we're happy and we look forward to it. Yeah. Juan, Kyle, Corey. There's a lot of former teammates in here, so I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for these guys. I think it's going to be a good show. Any one of them can get hot and run the table, so it could be anybody. I don't know. I don't have any picks. I'm not sure who's going to do it, but I know it's going to be fun.
So to that extent, you got 6 guys in the All-Star game. I think that 9.
Yeah.
How is that?
Yeah, we said it I said at the beginning of the year, and I said that last year with the Monstars. It's just they find talent everywhere, whether it's young, old, superstars, and they kind of bring us all together, and they put a great team together. And like you said, I think there should be a few more, but there's so many good players around the whole entire league, and everyone here is deserving of being here. So it stinks that some people are left out, but I'm glad that we got a good chunk of us here, and looking forward to playing in front of our home fans. Oh, we got a lot more games to be played, but it's a long season. You never know what's going to happen. They've been playing really, really well for a long time, and I know we got hot recently, but yeah, they're fun to watch, and hopefully we can see them down the road in the World Series. Would be really cool, but a lot of baseball left. For sure. I think when you point it out like that, I think it's kind of crazy to say, but I think it's one of those games where you're going to look back maybe 10, 15 years from now and realize all the things that kind of came together. And, I definitely don't take it for granted, but it's pretty cool to have all these things come together. Family's here. My son's getting a little older. Hopefully he can realize that I'm playing out there, and then to be in front of my home fans, I think is important too. So it's going to be a cool week and a cool few days, and I'm excited. Yeah, that's the problem is, these 4 days, they fly by real quick when you're here, and you don't seem to get a break. But I guess I just look at it from the sense that I'm not playing 9 innings every day, so my body's resting a little bit, but I'm just trying to share the experience with these guys and have a little bit of fun, and we'll figure it out. Yeah, for sure. No, I definitely would rather be here than at home for many of reasons. So it's busy, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm excited. Yeah. I think he's unbelievable. We just played against him, and he got a bunch of hits against us. I'm glad he didn't pitch against us because that would be tough, but he's doing it again this year. Last year was really special, won the MVP, and he's doing it again. And it's just crazy. Every night it seems like he does something new and does something that other people can't do. So definitely don't take him for granted and watch everything he does. And he's one of a kind. Come over here. We'll gladly take him. He's, like I said, he's unbelievable. He's pitching really, really well. And he can hit, man. He can really hit. So if he wants to come here, we'll gladly take him. But thank you.
Training. You know something about what it's like to spend this week dealing with trade rumors.
Yep.
Would you give him any advice?
No advice. Haven't talked to him yet. I want to talk to him, see what's going on, and see how he's doing. But I think he's doing fine. It's not easy dealing with what he's dealing with, and how everything's changed so much in the last year for him. But he's learning the business side of it a little bit, and he's a good person, good professional. So he'll be fine. But yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to him and spend some time with him.
What advice would you give him if he asked?
I always think you control what you can control. So if somebody's talking about something and he can't control it, let it go. Don't worry about it, and just continue to play good baseball like he does, and have fun. I think that's most important. Is he has fun and enjoy each and every day, no matter what it is, what people are saying. You can't control that, so just have fun and enjoy it.
I see you had to answer questions for us at the time. Do you also have to answer questions from the other guys, like what's going on, where are you going, what's the plan?
Yeah, if you're friends. I'm sure people are texting him and whatnot, but I also think, when you're getting traded, you don't really know much.
Right.
You don't.
Doesn't mean they're not asking.
Yeah, exactly. So, I talk to him, I ask him, but you don't necessarily know what's going to happen until it happens. So, they say, or people are saying they might trade him, this and that, but like I said, we'll wait and see what happens.
Did you have a stock answer when you hear from people?
I don't really think people talk to me that much. I didn't think it was going to happen, to be honest, but like I said, I didn't think it was going to happen, and it did, so we'll wait and see what happens and then go from there. My first reaction is whatever you read is not the whole answer. So you don't know what the contract looked like or what he wants or there's no context other than a big number, and people focus on that number too much. So I said a little while ago, he's going to be fine, just fine on money. Whatever decision he makes, he's going to have plenty of money, he's going to be all right on money, so he needs to make the decision that's best for him and his family, and that's where the context and the extra information is lost, and You don't know how it went, the conversations went between them. So there's a lot of information out there that people don't know, and I think he's going to make the best decision for himself.
Stories about first round from past All-Star. He's a big All-Star, loves the All-Star game.
Yeah, he loves it.
Does he talk to you? Like,
Oh,
why does he love it so much? Or how do you know he loves it so much?
I think he just appreciates being here. I don't have any stories, but I think he doesn't take it for granted. He likes being here. He knows it's hard, but I appreciate him, and I say Scherzer all the time because they've been to so many, but yet they still want to be here.
Right, there are some guys who opt
Yeah,
out.
and some guys that don't want to be here, but I think I kind of agree with them. It's an honor and it's fun to be here, so you should go and you should be part of it. Whether you can play or not, it's a different thing. But yeah, exactly. And I think it's fun being here, and I think it's important for the game and it's important for players too.
What did you say to him? Did you guys like congratulate each other?
For what?
For being Dave.
Congratulations. Yeah, nothing special. Yeah.
I'm from Japan. So
Okay.
TV now.
Nice.
Japanese media.
Cool.
So how's the feeling after tomorrow All-Star game?
Yep. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. Last year my first one, and then this year get a chance to play in front of my home fans. So I'm excited, and I know all of us Dodgers are really excited for it. So I got my family here and get to share that with them, and it's gonna be a fun week.
So when you said could you give me a message to Japanese baseball?
Hello, everybody in Japan. Love you guys. Hope you guys are having fun, and go Dodgers.
Yeah. You know some Japanese words? No.
I barely know English.
Thank you. Arigato.
Sorry, guys. See you.
Arigato. Right.
Brady, want your sign?